Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Skip to the Show, the official podcast of skiptothescore.com. I'm your host, Jhustin Robb, owner, CEO, editor-in-chief, fucking everything for Skip to the Score. Who is joining me round my kitchen table?
Well, I'm not everything, and I'm Jhustin Tchaikovsky.
Hi, Jhustin. My name is Peter Loft.
I'm Clinton Baverstock. I am your father.
That's great.
Start with a boom. Alright, so worth getting this out of the way to begin with. If you're a fan of skiptothescore.com, or if you're not and you're just listening to the show by chance, you should go to the website.
Go to it.
I'm the guy who writes everything. Peter wrote one thing, so Clinton and other Jhustin, y'all can fuck off the show.
I'm staying in my back pocket ready to go.
You've got some sticky notes.
I'm working on a few projects.
No, you're not.
I speak in tongues.
Don't fucking lie to the audience. All 5 people that will listen to this.
Thanks, audience.
Which is
That's
like
5 more than who are actually going.
It's also one more than everybody in this room.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. All right, rein it back in. So, what is this show? It's a very good question. I can hear everybody just turning the show off before we even get to this point.
No.
Everyone's checked out already. So this show is the official podcast of Skip to the Score. Now, how we're going to do this is going to be a maybe monthly-ish kind of show, because we're all real adults / students with real adult and student problems, so we can never get together to do anything.
Real adult is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, but so we don't have a lot of time to record these shows, so we do them pretty far in advance, and then we put them up later. So as a result, we're not going to talk about anything current. I mean, we can try to. How about Bernie Sanders winning that Democratic nomination? I don't fucking know when that happens.
When did that happen?
I don't know. Man, how about this September weather?
I want to make like a joke about like something like back in like 2012 or something. That's.
So anyway,
Yeah, just like, are you guys ready for the Vancouver Olympics?
Yeah. How about Mitt Romney, guys? Just going on.
okay, fuck off. So, anyways, I gotta go. And so a lot of this show we're gonna talk about is just, a retro, old kind of shit. May as well. Cheap nostalgia pops all around.
Plus, I stopped being cool when I was like 12, so that's
there you
that's
go.
what I've got to draw from.
That's when your life.
Oh,
Never.
guys.
So, one of the
Like,
first
comment,
things,
subscribe.
one of the first things we're gonna talk about today is an article that I wrote. I originally kind of wrote it in mind for Skip to the Score, and then I said I heel turned and I did not put it on Skip to the Score. I freelanced it out to lasertimepodcast.com.
Yeah, thanks, eh?
Now, if you don't know lasertimepodcast.com, you fucking should, because they're the only reason that my website exists at all.
Are we pandering right now?
Well, I'm absolutely pandering.
Notice us, Laser Time.
I fucking love Laser Time. I love those cunts. So,
Senpai.
So I freelanced the article out to them for no pay and very slight recognition. So I'll put a link to it in the show notes, and you guys can go over there and give them some page views and follow along with us. But this article is 5 fantastic farms in non-farming games, because I got so fucking bored when I was studying for my exams that I wrote an article about farms.
This is good.
That's a good topic.
I like where the framework that we've laid.
Just interesting to note, he has no frame of reference on what a good farm is, because the only farmer in the room is this guy.
We actually consulted an actual farmer.
I know how to fucking farm, but they're video game farms. Doesn't fucking matter.
It's a video game farmer.
Okay, so worth noting, like I called it out in the title, they're fantastical farming games and fantastical farms and non-farming games. So, like, this is not fucking Farm Simulator 2012 or Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. Those are all topics for another day, because there's gonna be a second farming episode. Fucking get used to it.
Oh, great. What did I fucking... Sorry. Don't mind me, I'm just doing some shit here.
So, we'll just run down the list and talk some shit about it. So, we're gonna start with entry number 5. I mean, there's not really any kind of particular order, but number 5, Moo Moo Farm from fucking Mario Kart 64, and then subsequent entries in the series afterwards, it shows up for nostalgia.
Okay, well,
Everyone's fucking played Mario Kart. Don't pretend you didn't.
This was the first cup, right? Was it Mushroom Cup?
I think so, yeah.
I played a lot of Double Dash, so I don't.
The course is a
first
fucking
enough,
very wide circle.
I absolutely love this course because the fastest way to play Mario Kart 64 is drifting, and it's so open in Mario Kart 64.
It's been a while.
I played a lot of this game in first year of university. Specifically,
Was it specifically Moo Farm that you played?
No, it was usually I think Calamari Desert, where me and my friend would gang up on my other friend and just shoot shells. It's the one with the train.
Oh!
Yeah, Calamari Desert's pretty sweet.
But it's not a farm.
Anyway, back to the farm. It's kind of like cowboy theme.
Back on track. When I was writing this, it was a weird article because I was so bored and I had way better things I really should have been doing at the time. Like learning how to do fucking corporate finance. I wrote this weird thing where I'm like, I evaluated every farm vaguely based on how they would be if they were a real farm, but then also their significance to gaming. So I wrote out.
So which
in Moo Moo Farm, it's like, yeah, the place seems like really nice and fucking peaceful and stuff. And if you were a cow living there, it would probably be like it would be great most of the time. But all that noise from the go-karts constantly, and the fact that there's a fucking horrific mole infestation.
That's the moles.
Apart from the Monty moles, though, I mean, like, I live on a farm and I rip around on my dirt bike and stuff all the time. The horses get used to it, so this is actually probably more realistic than the average depiction of farms.
Are carts actually loud? I guess they're pretty loud.
Oh, fuck yeah, they're loud.
Are they louder than like the cars?
It's like, well, put it this way: the motor that you have in most go-karts, at least if you're riding a good homegrown go-kart, is you probably just stole the engine from a fucking 2-stroke lawnmower and put fucking wheels on it. Like, that's all it is.
That's great.
That's what they usually are.
Oh,
it's
wonderful.
very true.
I love it.
I mean, I also wrote, I'm gonna have it playing underneath this in the mix, but I fucking love the song for this track too. It's like the banjo horseshit fucking farm music.
Can you
Hey man, I love the banjo.
You can add things in post.
I'm gonna.
Okay, right now, make a sound effect of I don't know. No, add the Willem scream right here.
I'm fucking not gonna do that.
Can we create a persona for the editor and call him a name and just call on him all the time? Or can we
just Jhustin in the future? It's future Jhustin.
No, I'm just gonna
future Jhustin.
It's like Other Barry from Future.
And then I think I wrote here too, it's like the fucking stupid banjo tune has probably been the soundtrack to more than a few childhood fights, but if you started a fight over losing on Moo Moo Farm, you were fucking shit at the game and you deserve to lose. It's a fucking circle.
Moo Moo Farm is, that's pleb shit.
That's real pleb shit.
Plebe shit.
Honestly, one of my favorite levels, not gonna lie.
Really?
Just objectively as a Mario Kart level. It's easy, it's fun.
You're just pandering.
It's boring.
Hey Nintendo, give me free stuff.
I actually, unironically, just actually like this one.
Actually, okay, wait, this is actually related. Sorry, I know we want to move on, but Moo Moo Farm. Okay, so
no, go ahead.
This is kind of about starting from. I know I keep bringing up Double Dash, but all those tracks are based on kind of existing Mario properties, right?
Not all of them.
Okay,
a lot of them are.
But a lot of them are existing worlds in one of the Mario games. But I feel like Mario Kart 64, was there ever a farm level? There was never a farm level in Mario. We need tracks.
That was a real first one because you can make the case Calamari Desert showed up in the fucking desert levels in Mario and shit, right?
Wasn't Calamari Desert in Paper Mario 64?
Oh, I was thinking,
that came out after this.
Yeah, it was Mario Party. They had a cowboy level in Mario.
Yeah,
Party.
they're all vaguely done beforehand, except for the fucking farm. It's I'm not mad.
But actually, Mushroom City or Toad's Turnpike or whatever was another kind of new fish, a city. That was, I think, they just needed a cool course.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Whatever.
All right.
I don't really know my history of Mario Kart 64.
Let's put a fucking pin in it. We're gonna move on to number 4 in the order that I'm going in.
Is that Metal Gear? What is that?
Oh,
can you read?
Number 4.
GTA.
Number 4.
I don't have a sheet
Don't fucking spoil it. I haven't said what it is yet.
Spoiler.
Number 4 is, there's no actual real word for it in the game, but I called it the Epsilon Farm from GTA San Andreas.
Yay, GTA.
Yeah, so, okay, also fucking everyone's played GTA,
yeah.
San Andreas particularly.
I've never owned
just
one.
in general.
Oh, yeah, of course everyone's
Just
played
in general, yeah. Okay. So, throughout the series, one of the big things you get is the Epsilon program, which is just Rockstar's fucking Scientology joke. It's just Scientology, but in the Rockstar universe, the Epsilon program.
Yeah.
So
I fucking love it.
It's in this game.
Shots fired.
Tom Cruise is still alive at the recording of this podcast.
He dies
or is he?
tomorrow.
Don't date the show. Fuck.
You'll never know.
So The Epsilon program is Rockstar's fucking Scientology joke. It's all very well done. It's kind of great balls on Rockstar to do that, but San Andreas, as of when this comes up, because the Epsilon farm is only a real place that matters for one mission, but you can keep going back to it in the world afterwards. And it's the first time you really get to see the Epsilon program. At least you kind of assume it's them.
Sorry, what's the Epsilon program?
That's the science. I
know, but like, what is it like specifically? What do you witness?
Yeah, well, we'll get into that. But so throughout, the series up until this point, and then they showed up in San Andreas was the first time. They didn't show up in 4, and they show up in 5 in like a little Michael Strangers and Freaks chain of missions. But they're a cult. So when you do this mission, it's when you're doing missions for that crazy old fucking Willie Nelson drug dealer guy.
Is that like Big Smoke?
No, the Truth.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just Willie Nelson, but on way more drugs and way more paranoid.
Yeah.
And he sends you on a mission to go steal a concubine harvester from. I think he just calls it like a nearby farm.
Did you use that?
Oh yeah. I have a concubine harvester at my house.
What's a concubine?
Just one?
Sex slave.
Do you ever watch Cars?
Right. I have 2 of those.
Cars?
Yeah, like the Pixar movie.
Yeah, well I know.
Remember fucking Frank, the dude who tries to kill them when they take tractors? That's a fucking concubine.
No, that's a combine.
Oh, sorry, combine harvester.
Yeah, a concubine is a sex slave.
A
combine.
First fuck up on the show.
A combine is a grain harvester.
But don't get me wrong, I do love my sex slaves.
Oh wow! Having not played the game, I thought that was actually a thing you were talking about, and I was wait,
it's a combine. I fucked it up when I was.
So then, do you have a combine harvester?
I do have a combine. It's not a...
Okay.
Oh, well.
Anyway, there's a combine. Back.
I mean, knowing the Epsilon program, there is probably a concubine in the basement of this farm.
Or several.
But he sends you there to go steal the fucking combine harvester, and then you show up and it's all spooky, and then people start shooting at you and yelling nonsense. It's a pretty standard mission, but it's worth noting when you come back to the farm afterwards, because you can always drop in on it. Number one, if you go there at nighttime, and you see it in the picture in the article there, the fucking windows of the farmhouse are just glowing blue all the time.
Oh, great.
Just like a texture problem, or is that just like a ghost house thing?
Yeah, it's just some ghost house. Oh, creepy cult inside, right? And then also, if you go there at nighttime, it's always foggy. So regardless of the weather until you get there, as soon as you show up there, then the fucking fog engine kicks in. And then all the ranch hands are still outside and will keep fucking shooting you if you come near it.
Wow.
So I personally, is it like unsettling or is it?
It's
silly?
Well, I mean,
is it like
it's a little bit of both, but at the same time, it's like going back and playing San Andreas. It's like you can't really take it seriously as spooky anymore because it looks fucking looks pretty ass these days.
It's not easy to do horror in video games though because of hardware limitations and then ability to write actual input. Into stuff,
keep in mind this is the same game where you get a jetpack.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
That's an argument for another day. So there are reasons sometimes where it can work to your advantage.
What are you gonna do? Okay.
Anyway.
Let's move on. Off to number 3.
What is it?
The Chocobo Farm from Final Fantasy VII.
Alright, this is where my expertise ends.
Did anybody else play Final Fantasy VII?
I don't think so, no.
Oh god.
Shit, well,
this listen's in trouble because you haven't played FF7. You have definitely not fucking played the next entry after this on the list.
No.
Actually, I have.
Oh, okay.
I do live with a housemate who's played every JRPG known to man.
Can we call him in?
Yeah.
Fucking weeb.
Actually, no.
Can we have like a weeb horn?
I can't fucking play sound effects yet, but
soon.
Just add it in post.
That's so fucking hard to do. No, Austin's staying in town for summer. I'm gonna fucking try and get him on the show. For sure, I'm gonna try and get that fucker on the show.
Yeah.
You better leave me that fucking 2-channel.
I'll get you the fucking 2-channel.
I'll get back to it.
Anyway.
So, I'm gonna have to breeze through this because fucking no one knows what this is about.
Yeah, this is
I love chocobos from Final Fantasy just in general.
So let's just start from the ground for let's start from the ground floor for you fucks. Final Fantasy VII's fucking one of the most important games of all time.
Oh god damn it!
Of course it is.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's the fucking first thing that really made I don't want to do the fucking history of 5F7. I really don't.
No.
Can we start? We have all this.
Look, it's really
talk about it as a farm as if we know what we're talking about.
Okay, so whatever. FF7 is very fucking important, and chocobos. You guys?
Yeah. Chocobos are great. I've watched enough Final Fantasy.
I've seen 4.
I've watched a lot of playthroughs.
Cruise. Anyway, go on. No,
I mean, I maintain they just look like if God was making an emu and just fucking tripped.
What, chocobos?
Yeah.
Oh, they're like birds.
Yeah, but so are
Emu
emus.
is.
Oh, shit, I was thinking llama. God damn it. I'm so sorry.
But just worth noting, most of what I've seen of Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy X, but the Chocobos were fantastic, and I always love the Chocobo themes. Now they switched to something like upbeat and whimsical while you're
I
on.
mean, it's a lot like that. It's literally... Well, you got the picture in front of you.
Who farms the chocobos?
Some fucking dude. I don't remember his name.
Are they like for their meats? Or
Is this the only place you'll find them?
Or are they like
Yeah,
horses where you ride
So,
them?
as far as we know, in the canon of Final Fantasy VII, this one fucking meager farm. Like, you look at this and I'm thinking in game, because you got the picture there, I'm thinking this farm's like maybe 1.5 acres. Is the only fucking source of these birds in the whole goddamn world.
Yeah, because it's all like industrialized and...
Yeah, but like, you gotta wait, it's just a farm where they raise these things. I don't know about the meat thing. But, I mean, they're chocobos, they're cute. They do a little dance for you.
Hey, viewers,
it's like a slaughterhouse.
if you know about the Final
so
Fantasy
cute.
canon, what they do with Chocobos, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, hit us up in the comment section. What the fuck do chocobos do?
Oh, I should do one better. Is I should just be purposely wrong, because then people will come to correct me.
Yeah, chocobos.
The chocoboos
the
Chocobos have something wrong the entire time.
They're llamas.
They're like if God was making a llama.
The Chocoboo is the final boss of Final Fantasy VI.
They are farmed for their feathers.
For their mystical powers.
I don't know, I mean, to fucking be serious, they're big fucking stupid looking birds that you get on and they fucking run.
How fast?
Pretty fucking fast.
A lot faster than you move in.
Apparently, okay. I mean, whatever.
Me
Fuck it, let's
personally in a
move on.
game or like me in a game?
Let's move on because no one knows anything.
Okay, moving on. Okay.
Moving on. Meow.
Moving on.
Okay, number 2, because I had to shoehorn in a bit of a Holocaust joke.
Oh, what the fuck?
I did a little
do
bit.
that.
Is the human ranches from Tales of Symphonia.
It's not like a joke. It's important commentary.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe
Okay,
not.
so I think Justin,
It's been a while since I played this game.
but you're the only other one who has.
If I can remember, yes.
This game's
I think
sitting
I
on the
would
shelf
do
in my house.
You should fucking play it. It's really good.
I don't
it's a
like
good game.
RPGs.
It's kind of probably one of the best ones.
This is a
Yeah,
good,
but I don't like them.
It's a good game.
You don't like RPGs? That's not true. You
It's a
like Skyrim.
good game.
I like Skyrim for the visual effects. I'm not really a fan of leveling up your avatar. I
you
prefer like
see
Mario
these
level
graphics?
games.
Boo this man! Boo!
Come at me, fight me.
If you guys think
I'll
nothing's
come
wrong
at you,
for hating
alright.
Skyrim, tell them to fuck.
I don't hate Skyrim. Skyrim's like in my top games that I've played, but because of the visual effects and the story, not because of the gameplay.
Yeah. What?
This is a Skyrim
Jesus
podcast.
fuck. We're supposed to be talking about a fucking JRPG on the GameCube that came out in like 2003.
Do we have like a time limit here? Or we
I mean,
not like
let's-
be tangential?
I'm gonna try and keep it under an hour, but we got plenty of time right now.
Well, we're gonna be cutting a crap load of what we've already said.
Most likely
probably not.
Probably not. Anyway,
Can you just like cut me out and replace me with someone actually funny?
I kind of can because we're recording this whole thing on 2 fucking microphones. Anyways.
okay, anyway, moving on.
Anyway, so yes, in Tales of Symphonia, it's a great fucking game. A very important feature is there's this race of people called Designs. They're basically humans. Don't really know what their shtick is, they. You remember the Matrix when like they harvest people for energy? It's kind of a lot like that, where they just imprison a shitload of people in concentration camps and then they force them to mine these exospheres.
Exospheres?
Which they're important.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, they're plot important. I remember.
They do shit.
They're great MacGuffins.
They're really great MacGuffins. And yeah, that's the whole thing is they just you farm the exospheres until you fucking die.
Are these just random people they're bringing to these ranches, or
Allegedly. It's just there's 4 of them in the game, and they all wind up. They're all sort of serve as except for one, because one's just there as like a plot point at the beginning of the game. The other 3 they serve as like big dungeons. Fuck off.
Sorry, it just says on my computer.
The other 3 of them they serve as dungeons in the game. They fight a fucking boss at the end, and then you blow them up and save all the people inside, except for the first one, where you save no one inside, and then the Designs come and burn down your fucking town.
so basically you fuck up?
Is it more like a traditional concentration camp with like buildings and people stuck in them and living, or is it laid out like a farm, like it used to be a farm with like a barn and a silo?
It's kind of both. But it's more just they call them all in the game. They're all just referred to as like the ranch, which that's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's pretty
and I wanted a Holocaust joke.
Fuck no!
Okay, yeah. But
You just lost all of your followers.
dude, I had none to start with. I mean, I also wrote out here. It's just when you think about it, like because when you see throughout the game, it's like the exospheres that get mined. They're kind of the basis of like the design economy. So technically, having an economy that just runs on genocide is pretty fucking hardcore.
It's pretty fucked.
Yeah,
and it's really weird because the game itself, it's really GameCube fucking JRPG sort of peppy. You know, Lloyd's your hero and he's a cool kid, and his name's fucking Lloyd. That's just shit translating.
Did he show up in a Smash Bros. Game as an assist trophy?
Probably.
I believe so. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
You can get anyone as an assist.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, like he cracks lots of jokes, but then whenever you roll into this kind of stuff, the game gets really fucking dark really fast. It's not okay. But yeah, I mean that's that. No one else really played that. Okay, now we're gonna move on to number 1, which fucking everybody has
Are we
played.
at the end of the list already?
It's only 5. I mean, I can do honorable mentions because there's a whole bunch of stuff I cut out.
Well, this one we can talk about for a while.
Oh, we could.
Yeah, and everybody's probably seen it coming since the start of this.
absolutely.
Oh my God, I was calling this shit.
What's number 1?
Should we all say it at the same time?
All right, ready?
Okay. 3, 2,
Lawn Ranch! God damn it.
Great.
We should have like specifically not done that in time with each other.
Yeah, no, that went way better than I thought it would. Sorry.
In case you guys can't tell, we've been having some drinks. So
No, we're not.
the Lawn Ranch,
I don't condone
fucking
these.
obviously is this farm from Zelda, and a farm it is.
Yeah. If you need an explanation for Long Ranch, stop listening to this gaming podcast. 'Cause you don't understand fundamentals.
If you haven't played a single Zelda game, like I don't care which one's your favorite, but if you haven't played one, why are you listening to a gaming cast?
Actually, to be fair, I don't know. Like, have you played Zelda?
I've played too many Zelda games.
Have you actually? I
Yeah.
really like Zelda.
I love this.
Like,
It's
most of
probably
my
my favorite franchise.
Okay, anyway.
Alright, so about Lon Ranch specifically.
Yeah. So
No, let's go with the Majora's Mask first of all.
we're gonna fucking get to
That's
it.
called Romani Ranch.
We're gonna fucking get to it. All right.
Spoilers.
As of recording this, Majora's Mask just came out. It's pretty fucking good. Look for the reviews.
Here they use the same engine as the Ocarina of Time.
Fucking rip off of Ocarina
Fucking
of Time.
3.5 out of 5.
Yeah. Majora's Mask. Fucking day and night system. Fuck that shit.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, I wrote this out in the entry. It's just when you think of a farm in a video game, do you think of anything else before this?
No.
I doubt it.
I thought of this
Maybe
first.
a Harvest Moon game.
No.
No, farm in a video game. It's a farming game.
Yeah, but if you were to say just farm and video game in the same sentence, the first thing in my mind would...
Well, you played a fuckload of Harvest Moon games. So have I.
Yeah, not.
So guys,
There's a fuckload of one.
guys. It's gonna be a Harvest Moon episode in the future. Don't ruin it.
Nice.
You just ruined it.
Fuck! Son of a.
Spoilers! Turn
Alright,
your volume off.
You know what? I'm gonna throw them for a loop. It's not gonna happen until like 2 years from now.
It'll be the next episode.
No, I'm not gonna do 2 fucking farming episodes in a row. God, that's just kill any person who's still listening after the first episode.
Welcome to the farming podcast.
I was gonna say, cut to 5 months in the future when 6 out of 10 podcasts are all about farms.
Oh shit. Yeah, so the Lon Ranch made its first appearance in Ocarina of Time, obviously, naturally.
Correct.
The game of games.
I think.
Yeah, so you show up there, you go to the ranch, you roll in like an OG, and you get that fucking song, which is gonna be playing underneath this in post. You get that fucking song, which I love. So like, it's one of my favorite Zelda songs, completely ironic.
Just for my own reference, how do you guys pronounce Epona?
Epona. No, Epona.
I always do
that.
Epona. I do softy Epona.
Epona?
Yeah.
Epona?
Epona.
Epona?
Because my roommate says Epona.
Well,
Wait, Austin?
Yeah.
well, Austin's fucking wrong.
Yeah, fuck
I'm gonna
Austin.
call him on his shit when he gets
Yeah.
on the
He
show.
also calls Castlevania Castlevania.
Well, that's just
Well,
erogeously incorrect.
That is, yeah.
He probably calls Saria.
Saria.
He's probably one of those guys that says schedule.
Oh wait, is it
Schedule instead of
Ocarina or
schedule.
Ocarina?
Ocarina.
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 Oh, what the fuck? Alright.
I always love
well-
man.
Is it Link or Lank?
Lonk.
I know what you guys. Every time I play a Zelda game, I call my fucking file Lonk. It's somehow never not funny.
Anyway, back to the.
You got that themes playing like an OG. It's great, and then that's the first introduction of Epona in this. Fuck off. It's the first introduction of Epona in the series, and obviously she's kind of a big deal.
I love Epona.
Fucking
dude,
don't even spoil my article on the best horses in games.
But
think of how much content we just created.
I love it.
For what it's worth, though, I kind of felt like the horse in Ocarina of Time was like underutilized or almost not fully fleshed out.
There's a lot of stuff you can say about Ocarina of Time, but I'd rather save that for when I can go in depth on it because I can.
Here's something I learned. I learned this listening to Retronauts. Great podcast, by the way. Great podcast.
Shout out to whoever you just said.
Retronauts. Bob Mackey, my man. They did an Ocarina of Time episode, and they sort of talked about some of the older shit about the game. And one of the interesting things was when they were designing the game. They wanted, well, she wasn't called Epona yet, but they wanted a horse to be in the game. I thought that would be fucking cool. Have Link ride a fucking horse. It's gonna be awesome. And the only reason that Hyrule Field exists, because there was never supposed to be an overworld like that.
Yeah.
But they're like, well, we can't just give you a horse and there's fucking nowhere to ride it. And that's the only reason the field is there, so you can ride Epona around.
Which made, I wish they had had more time to think about how that changed the game. Because if there were, some mini dungeons with a mini boss at the end or something cool like that in Hyrule Field or more stuff that you could do with Epona, that would have made that game it was already everyone's favorite game, but in hindsight there's a whole bunch of places where things could have been so cool.
Don't you need Epona to jump over a fence in a certain part of the game to move on?
But that's just it's a roadblock and how am I going to get through this roadblock?
There's a whole thing. But if you're interested in that kind of stuff, then for sure go find that Retronauts episode about Ocarina of Time. It's great. It's really interesting.
Now.
No, you're not. Okay. Don't lie to the fans.
I'm not.
He's looking it up as we speak.
You get Epona. She's amazing. You get to meet Malin, who I kind of had a crush on when I was a kid.
Who didn't?
Apparently, so I don't know if this Malin marries Link in the or it's
thanks.
Have most
fucking spoilers.
Well, I thought the entire.
Well, no, it's okay. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to just pull this one out real quick. Says it was because how Twilight Princess Link is a descendant of Ocarina of Time Link because something timelines or so. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Nintendo released an official timeline, so we know.
And it's shit, by the way.
I would rather they not did.
And Miyamoto hates it and says it's incorrect.
It's pandering. But anyway, he's descended from ranchers, right? Because Twilight Princess Link. So I mean, who's a rancher? Freaking Lon Ranch shit. So Link and Malin, I
would rather The Legend of Zelda be because I always thought of it before the timeline was released as it was a bunch of legends, so it was roughly the same legend told from different perspectives, and that's how all these different stories came out of Link, this green hero who for some reason had to save Hyrule.
Continuity wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Okay, but
anyway, moving on.
Fucking farms, dude.
Farm.
I'm sorry.
I also love it gave Talon, which I fucking love Talon, just because fucking everybody's got an uncle exactly like that dude.
Well, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but who was the other one who took it over after? Ingo. They are modeled after Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't know that, but I also didn't play Ocarina of Time until I was much older.
That's the same.
Until
Until this year, which you have to guess what year this is.
1953.
It's 2016.
Yeah, and then just to plug shout-outs to get out there. So it shows up first time in Ocarina of Time. It comes back in Majora's Mask as the Romani Ranch, and it's a whole thing because it's Termina and none of that shit matters. It's
Termina's dank, man.
Termina's awesome. I love Majora's Mask.
I really like Majora's Mask design. It's also, in my opinion, and don't come down my throat on this, but it's in my opinion the hardest of the Zeldas. The most challenging.
Comments why Clinton's wrong.
Comment, subscribe.
We're not gonna talk about Majora's Mask that much this episode. Later. It also showed up in Four Swords Adventures. It showed up in Minish Cap. It kind of shout out sort of in Twilight Princess.
It also
have to be a Lon Ranch or does a ranch in general?
Wait, was there no ranch in Twilight Princess?
Twilight Princess had the Ordon Ranch, but then fan theories. Are you ready?
Yeah.
When you go out of Castle Town in Twilight Princess, you kind of go straight out in that sort of the area where you first head into there. Kind of off to the side, there's a whole bunch of rubble and torn down building shit. So the fan theory is that was Lon Lon Ranch, but then when Ganon came and did his...
Wait, sorry, say the full thing again. I totally was just looking at something else.
You fuck.
Okay.
Close your laptop.
Okay, wait, go on.
So when you go out of the fucking Hyrule Castle in Twilight Princess in that area there...
Specifically to the south, because the east and west you can't exit in an Ocarina of Time, but you can in
well, fucking whatever
Twilight
the fuck
Princess,
it is.
right?
But you go out there and there's a whole bunch of like rubble of what was at one point in time clearly a building in some way, shape, or form. So the fan theory is that was the Lon Lon Ranch, and that it got destroyed when Ganon did his whole Ganon-y thing. Yeah. And yeah, it makes relative sense when you look at like its placing in relation to the castle. Whatever, it's a fan theory. Who gives a shit? So
it's wrong.
So anyways,
fuck fan theory.
Anyways, that was our list on the fucking 5 farms and non-farming games. The fucking state of that article.
Thanks, list.
So once again, if you want to actually read it, then follow the link in the show notes to lasertimepodcast.com. Give them some love, and then also, I mean, you can comment in this article, comment in their article, what you think, what
waste of time.
Maybe should have been in the list. Who knows? With that, we're gonna head to a break, and then we come back. We're gonna talk about something completely different. Okay, welcome to the break. If you're listening to this, that means you've made it about halfway through the episode. Congratulations. Before we get back into it, there's just a few things that I want to address, sort of get out of the way. Number one, I do want to apologize a little bit for the quality of this episode. On the one hand, the plan was not to have all the guys on the show at once, at least not yet, because we don't own enough microphones for everybody, so as a result, we were sort of mic sharing, which makes the levels sound terrible and everything sounds a little echoey, so apologies about that. And then for the show as well, a little bit. It's our first episode, so we're just trying to figure things out a little bit as we go. So thanks for being around for that. Moving on, if you want to help us keep making the show and you want to help support Skip to the Score, there's a few things that you can do to lend us a hand. Number one, you can go to iTunes and you can review this show, give it 5 stars, 4 stars, however many stars you think we deserve, but just in general, positive reviews help us get a little bit more noticeable and help the show out a little bit. Also, you can go to skiptothescore.com, you can comment on the article for the show, you can read articles, whatever. And lastly, if you want to help put a little bit of change in our pockets, just make sure we don't, go broke making this show, you can go and do a little bit of shopping through our Amazon link. So if you go to skiptothescore.com, you'll notice all along the sidebars and in the footer, there's a whole bunch of Amazon links. You can click on those, follow them to amazon.ca, and then you do not have to buy the item that it leads you to. You can do your shopping just as usual through that link. And then once you finish, then we get a tiny little cut of what you spent, which will just help us keep the hosting up and help us keep doing this thing. So, all that out of the way, let's get you back into the second segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kaz Harai.
Ridge Racer!
Welcome back.
Hey, look at that.
All right, second segment.
You guys.
Second segment. We were gone a whole 10 minutes.
But we're not dating this, so. We could have gone 6 hours. Who knows?
Okay.
It's actually been 35 years since I last saw your face.
Yes.
Okay, second segment. Second segment, we have another topic just to burn through here. This is such a weird ramshackle mashup of things because it's the first episode.
It's alright.
But, okay, so to date the show a little bit, because I'm going to try and have this go live sometime in May, is the hope.
But we don't know what month it is. So.
It could be January.
Maybe January. Maybe it's May right now. Who knows?
Well,
It's actually June, and he's talking about next May.
the show will go up in May, hopefully. So, which means we're getting on to E3 season. Now, E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo, or the
Super cool shit.
I mean, it's kind of bullshit these days, and I don't really care about it anymore.
I follow it.
There's no
I
real
always-
reason to. It's PAX and TGS have just taken over from it as the cons that really matter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, fucking great in there. Jesus Christ, you couldn't fucking face the other way, you savage.
I at least aimed it down, not
It doesn't
mics.
fucking matter. It's a
doesn't all go
condenser
down.
mic. You gotta fucking point backwards.
Yeah, but it's still gonna pick it up. Like, I wanted it to be picked up. I just didn't want to get stuff in it.
Damn it.
You know, I got
Okay.
a great sample to put in other
Jesus
places.
Christ. Okay,
Anyway,
so
what are we? E3?
E3.
Who?
E3. So, as just to point out how like unexcited and how I don't care about E3 2016, I thought it'd be good to look back because there's always money and nostalgia. To go and look back at E3 2006. Now this is a good one because
10 years ago.
10 fucking
Holy
years
no,
ago.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I guess we just.
It was-
dated us.
It was years ago.
Oh wow! Don't listen to this in 2017. Fuck.
Oh, but
Yeah, so E306, it's I also this is kind of special to me because that was the first E3 that I really fucking followed. Like that was when I was really getting into the industry, and you know I was super insider shit, despite the fact that I was not gonna date myself. Pretty young.
We were young.
11
Not
years old.
Not say how old we were.
We were pretty young.
Pretty
We were
young.
pretty young. So this is a really formative thing for me in my video game fandom and whatnot. So just for the context of some laughs, I've just pulled some of the big news to come out of E306, which was a fucking baller E3 by the way, and just look at it 10 years later
Yeah.
and just fucking see, right? So quick rundown. I didn't really put these in any kind of particular order, but one first big one, kind of the biggest news to come out of Microsoft, because the Xbox 360 was already out at this point in time. Had no fucking games worth playing, but it was out. At their press conference, they showed the launch trailer that confirmed the existence of Halo 3. And then they also... fucking God. And they also they essentially lied to the people there and tried to make you believe that it was going to be the last one. It's a trilogy.
I bought it. I don't know.
it was
I don't
a
remember
big
doing
deal.
Has anyone played it? I thought it was
Halo
actually
3?
it could have closed.
I have. I'm
Halo 3
I'm
is
not-
probably my favorite Halo, if I'm thinking of the right one.
everyone who listens to this is gonna be like, oh, Clinton doesn't know game, because I first person shooters, not my thing, and I'm god awful.
Fuck
Yeah.
It's all about adventure and platformers.
In 2016, that's a pretty valid. It's a pretty valid point.
Yeah.
Man,
But
this is 2006, dude. Fucking Modern Warfare hadn't even happened yet.
no.
Yeah, but
Oh shit, you're right. Holy
yeah,
fuck.
because
Dun dun dun.
I think my sister was playing Call of Duty 2 at that time,
COD 2, because COD 2 was his 360 launch game.
which was like the one that was actually on World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
When did Halo 3 come out?
it would have been
07?
07.
Oh,
It came in 07, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah.
But like this was like the initial like,
This was
hey, it
the-
exists. I mean,
Was there
everyone.
some big like launch trailers?
Yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, everyone knew it was coming at that point in time. It was like,
But when?
Well, there had not been a Halo game on the 360 yet. The 360 had been out for almost a year at that point, and to be like, its launch wasn't great.
Well, it was the earliest of the current. Well,
It came out over a year before everything else.
Yeah.
But it had fucking nothing on it.
Was
like,
Gears of War?
I
Gears of War was launched.
I think Gears of War was
whatever,
by
it's
now,
fucking Gears of
and
War.
COD 2, and like maybe Heavenly Sword. Like,
Oh great.
yeah, the fucking killer's row of launch games there.
Yeah.
And
So-
didn't most of those go multi-platform?
No, Gears of War was exclusive.
Gears of War never did. Gears of War
COD 2 obviously did, but
Yeah.
Yeah, because COD 2, like, it also came out later on fucking the PS2 and shit. Like, whatever.
Anyway.
So everyone knew this one was coming. There was going to be a fucking Halo game on the 360 at some point. And granted, I was not a big Microsoft kid, really. I mean, these days, I'm just fucking PC mustard rice. And Microsoft is the worst part of it, actually. I fucking hate Microsoft still. I didn't fucking want Windows 10. I said it 1,000 times.
Well, now you've got it.
But even that was just it's just nice, feel good thing. I mean, I went back when I was researching this, and I did watch that launch trailer for the first time since.
I'm sure there's some hype there.
Oh, it was a little. I was watching it. I'm not even a big Halo fan. I was like, yeah, in 2006, this was pretty fucking cool.
It was a fine game for what it's worth. I thought Halo 3 was pretty good. So I don't know if anyone.
It was fun for when I played it. I don't, but it was fun for what it was. I just never played it.
I love playing live. That's all I can say about it. It was a fun one.
Anyway.
Okay, so next one. This is also sort of centered around the Microsoft press conference. They announced a bunch of stuff about Grand Theft Auto 4.
Hey.
And I got confused about this when I was researching because it was weird. I couldn't for a minute think back to a time when GTA 4 wasn't out.
Really? I remember when it came out, because it came out when Iron Man 1 came out, and I remember
it was late 2006.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like, but for me, I mean, 10 years is whatever, but it feels like way longer than 10 years that 4's been out, at least to me.
Well, what was San Andreas was before? I guess
San Andreas was, I want to say 2004 or 2003.
Yeah, because I can remember San Andreas in like a public school at a friend's place.
I remember reading like a kind of first look at it in the gaming magazine, and they were hyping it up. I was pretty excited. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, I think, but GTA 4 I still very much enjoy. I don't know.
Oh, I got a lot still.
I've never been a big fan of any GTA games.
Some people really don't like it.
Don't get me wrong, on PC in 2016 is kind of unplayable.
Well, that's just Mod City, isn't it?
No, it's because Rockstar did not optimize fucking anything about it going forward, so it's kind of impossible to fucking use with Steam. Like it's not good. I think I still own it on PS3 somewhere here, but
it was my first GTA that I owned.
I mean, to put it this way, the last time I tried to play it on my MLG gaming machine,
your mustard rice.
I did the whole install there, booted everything up, and then it defaulted the resolution to being 600 by 400, and it wouldn't let me change it.
Oh, great.
And then the controls, and then just straight up, when I was trying to play the controller at first, that's how I remember it. Fucking controller just doesn't work, but half of it does. Like, I could move around, but I couldn't fucking pull a gun out. It's kind of a mess now.
What a mess.
But yeah, so at the Microsoft conference, that was when they announced that it was going to be multi-platform and it was coming to the 360 and also the PS3.
Is it like
oh shit, segue.
Wait, no.
Oh right. Oh sorry.
We're not segueing there yet. No, it's because Rockstar has always been a very we don't give a shit about cons kind of company. They've never done an E3 panel or an E3 press conference ever. They might actually. I don't know if they're doing one this year or not. But so usually the Rockstar news you get is they just contract it out to either Microsoft or Sony, and they talk about it. And it's always done we all fucking know the game's coming out on 360 and PS3, but when Microsoft's the guys who get to talk about it, they're obviously gonna go 360, also PS3, right? So I mean that was all that, and that's kind of the only real things of any consequence that came out of Microsoft that year. But we're gonna say, I mean, it's a bad segue, but we're gonna go right into sort of I think the biggest news to come out of it. Actually, there's Microsoft stuff later, but I'm gonna get back to it. We'll come back to it later.
We're just gonna go in the order of the list.
The order of the list I wrote out is really bad, but Nintendo,
new Nintendo console.
So this is why 2006 was a fucking hype year to be a gaming fan, because the 360 was already out, not for very long, but a year.
Yeah.
The PS3 and the Nintendo Revolution were both going to be out in 2016. You knew they were coming out in 2006, my bad. You knew they were coming out in 06, going into T3. You didn't know exactly when, you kind of figured later in the year.
Yeah.
So that was the big sort of story coming into it is, what's Nintendo's thing going to be that we can really look at it, and what's the PS3, because the PS3 showed up at E3 2005, and we'll talk about that a little bit when we get to the PS3. But that was the big fucking thing, man, was the Nintendo Revolution. So we go into Nintendo's press conference, and they finally show off what it actually looks like physically, and you look at it like, god damn, that thing looks sleek as fuck. I still like how the Wii looks.
Yeah, I watched a thing about the Wii specifically when it came out, and it was designed specifically to be this cool thing as part of your new modern home entertainment system with flat screen TVs.
Who would have known it would quickly become the uncoolest thing in the world?
It's still like I like it. It's still pretty not cool.
Yeah, it's because you're a weeb.
Yeah. But so Q, they come out, and then up until this point, we hadn't quite seen the Wiimote. So the first thing they do actually, sorry, I'm skipping ahead of myself here, is Satoru Iwata, rip in peace, Iwata-san. I'm going to assume that some of you guys don't know what that is.
No, I remember when he passed away.
No, I'm going to have to break this down further, Jhustin. So the longtime...
I got it.
No, the longtime president of Nintendo was Satoru Iwata. He was a big deal back in like the 80s. He worked on a lot of games, worked with Miyamoto a lot. He'd been the president since, and I don't fucking quote me on this, but I want to say like 1999 or 2000.
Yeah. It was basically most of our memorable lives.
Yeah, and he was a very charismatic guy. He did like the Iwata Ask stuff, which are so much like
those were really cool.
They were great at the time, and I can't go back and watch them. That's just too sad. But yeah, he passed away. I don't want to date the show, but
recently,
semi-recently. It would have been probably.
Just say what year it was. Do we know what year it was?
It was 2015.
It was 2015 for sure. I believe it was fall of 2015.
It was about fall of 2015. He passed away kind of suddenly. And he wasn't old either. He was like 52 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it was a big fucking blow, man. It's sad.
Yeah, I remember.
Every time I see him now, it's like, fuck, man. Yeah, I get sad.
Did you get all the stuff coming on your 3DS about like they sent Iwata's like Mii who could go and like interact with you on like the Mii, whatever that place.
Street Pass, yeah.
Street Pass or Spot Pass, yeah.
Yeah, I got his fucking Mii, man. It's sad. Yeah, so Iwata, because he also ran the press conference at the time. So he comes out and he does his spiel about the Nintendo Revolution is going to revolutionize games. That's why we had it codenamed The Revolution. And then he unveils what the title of it will be. And guys, it's called the fucking Wii.
The fucking Wii?
The fucking Wii, man.
The fucking Wii.
Oh, God. I was young when this happened, and even I was like, what the fuck is this?
I can remember being very confused, and also, like, point of contention, I never owned a Wii. But going back and playing the games, I love playing Wii games, and the fact that it was backwards compatible with the GameCube was super great, because GameCube games are some of my favorite games.
I mean, we want to talk shit about the Wii for a bit, because I want to talk shit about the Wii for a bit. So, just going back to, the whole thing was the Nintendo Revolution. It's going to revolutionize games. Did the Wii revolutionize games?
Oh,
fuck no.
Hang on. I say yes, but in a very bad way.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I guess there was the whole bandwagon of motion controls that everyone tried to use there with the...
Yeah, God.
I don't know.
Also, but like the very idea of it was when they were leading this up at this particular press conference and they unveiled the Wiimote and everyone's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And like, oh, you're gonna play games with this, right? And then, hey, this is where, I love Nintendo, but this is where I'm gonna start fucking throwing some shade.
You've been dragging them?
I'm gonna drag them through the dirt. I'm gonna kick their dick into the dirt a little bit. So they start showing off the Wiimote, and the demo they're giving implies that it's one-to-one tracking. So like if I point the Wiimote at the screen, it's like that particular point, and if I like what everyone thought the Wii was going to be before it actually came out, and with the Wii Motion Plus would it actually make it fucking 3 years later.
God.
Yeah.
Christ.
So at the time everyone's like, yeah, that is fucking really weird, but that could work, and everyone's immediately
cautious optimism.
Everyone's immediately thinking like a Zelda game where you swing the sword, and Link swings the fucking sword the same way, right?
Yeah, that worked out really well, didn't it?
Fucking 5 years later with Skyward Sword? 2011, yeah.
You should use that thing on Zelda so I can shit on Skyward Sword. But moving on.
I don't hate Skyward Sword, but I don't like it either.
That's another can of worms. We'll just
later date.
Kind of a cool fun fact is that the Wiimotes are so expensive because all of the actual motion sensing hardware is in the Wiimote. A sensor bar is just 2 infrared lights. You can accomplish the exact same thing with 2 red Christmas lights or 2 tea lights, like literal candles. You put them at the right space, and you can still use your Wii remote. You don't need a sensor bar.
because at the end of the day, like, Wiimote is essentially a glorified light gun. It's just Duck Hunt spruced up a little bit. So everyone's a little cautiously optimistic that we're gonna get, this great, like, one-to-one swing a sword kind of gameplay. And then what we did get was just fucking waggle. Just fucking waggle that fucking thing everywhere.
It totally was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
And that's just what it came into. And that's why the Wii fucking, don't get me wrong, the Wii sold like fucking hotcakes to shit fucking soccer moms and fat people who wanted to use Wii Fit.
Well, I mean, the marketing was like...
It was great.
Phenomenal.
It was great.
I remember just at the time, the marketing, seeing that, and it it was quite ingenious how they kind of marketed it as a kind of revolutionary thing, but it wasn't. It was fun. I
got mine in the basement right now. I haven't turned it on in months.
One of the other crazy things was because it was marketed so well, every single like big box store name company worth its salt tried to make a video game to plug their company. There was the M&M Beach Party game. There was the Cold Stone Creamery game, and all of them.
As someone who went on to actually work at a real fucking Cold Stone Creamery, fuck that game so hard.
And like they all just used the crappy waggle controls, and like there was the jelly belt, and like every single, and that's what pushed it up. Was like there were so many games for it. There was so much hype around it.
That's what pushed it up at first, and then what eventually came down to kill it. Okay, on the one hand, just the one that everyone else knows, the Wii was underpowered as fuck as well. It was the only non-fucking HD console that generation. It was still running shit in 420p, not 420, 480. And then just to keep going with that is since everything has to now be fucking waggle controls. So you have the first party games that Nintendo's making, which can work still. Like Metroid Prime 3 is really goddamn good. Even like Twilight Princess on the Wii, waggle, but it's still Twilight Princess. It's still great, right?
Twilight Princess.
Like it was capable of making good games if they were just really designed around that feature. But it's video games, so most of them fucking aren't. The vast majority of games are third-party ones. So these guys are going from designing a game primarily for the 360 and the PS3 and the PC, things that are all capable of running it in HD with a fucking controller. But you have to put a version on the Wii. The Wii is the highest-selling console, so you just strip the living shit out of the game, so it's like the Wii is able to just run it, period, in 480, and then waggle. So like every port that showed up on the Wii was just absolute dog shit. Man.
Yeah, if it was designed for something else, it was bad.
I remember because the Wii, I had a GameCube, but the Wii was the real console. I was quite the Nintendo fanboy at the time.
Weren't we all?
And I just remember it was so discouraging to see, and I think that's kind of why I haven't really gone back to Nintendo, because growing up with it, you just really hope that you're coming through with something, but you just get discouraged by all this shit that comes through. But it works fine on the 360 or PS3. And you're why can't I just have a fucking normal game console?
The Wii was a thing, but also coming out of that same press conference, there was some much higher news.
Here we
go.
So
number one, this is just a big deal. Fucking Smash Bros. Brawl was unveiled, and do you know who else was unveiled along with it? My fucking boy, Solid Snake, playable character.
Yeah.
Oh man,
decent.
Yeah.
So this almost comes back to is like I said, you could make great first party games for the Wii, but another detractor of it in both senses was Brawl, because Brawl is an amazing game. Oh, yeah. It really is. No one's gonna argue that. But at the same time, what was the best way to play it? The fucking GameCube controller.
The other argument you're gonna get is anybody who avidly played Melee, absolutely despised Brawl because of it.
There's a whole Smash Bros. Discussion.
I always played it on a GameCube controller, always did.
I'm not talking about the controller. I actually learned to play Brawl with the nunchuck, and then switched to the GameCube controller.
Yeah, one buddy
thank fucking Christ.
My roommate still does.
Oh, wow. That was the one time Nintendo was smart enough to see we should probably make the GameCube controller work in this one.
It's such a fucking ego thing. It's they don't.
Yeah, because that was okay. Let's put it this way: if this is a bit of a hypothetical question, if you could only play Brawl with the fucking Wiimote, would that game have died?
That game would have just fucking.
Because the Melee purists got a lot of its initial. Everybody who played Melee wanted it.
And it's not even a Melee piercing. It's the fact that you need just a regular controller for anything that's as twitchy as a game like that.
And that's why. Sakurai, he said motion controls would be kind of cool, but it would be a different game and it wouldn't be Smash Bros. So they basically from the get-go were no, we got to do it with button controls. It's just the way it's got to be. And it makes sense. That game is way too specific.
Well,
with
just in general,
inputs.
fighting games can't be done with motion controls. There's no way. So, like, can you imagine fucking Street Fighter 4 on the Wii? Fucking angle controls, right? Just kills that franchise.
Or like just like Punch-Out style, where you're like a wireframe facing somebody and like having to swing your arms. It's just like the
dude, Wii Sports Boxing.
I was gonna say,
Don't talk shit, man.
Boxing pretty sick.
Yeah, but
the good Wii motion control game was Wii Sports.
Okay, well,
so good.
although also, like, for what it's worth, though, the Punch-Out that came out on Wii in 2009 was actually great.
Was it?
It was really
Motion
fucking...
Plus? Did that have Wii Motion Plus?
I believe so, yeah.
Because that would probably.
It was really fucking good.
I thought it was still just buttons, but I could be totally talking. I've only watched a couple.
I haven't played it since 2009, but I remember fucking really liking it.
I just love all the blatant racism in Punch-Out games. It's hilarious.
Most of it was even already filtered out for America by the time original Punch-Out came over. but
it's not really
in a Honda. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also the other thing that was important that came out in Nintendo's conference there was Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
They unveiled Mario Galaxy, which wouldn't be coming out for a little while. I don't want to talk about that too much because I do want to do a bit of an episode later on about 3D Marios, but Mario Galaxy.
I definitely want to be in on that one.
Not to elaborate on Mario Galaxy, but yeah, I remember Mario Galaxy came. It was not launch.
It wasn't a launch game, no, but that was one of the things I got really fucking hyped for in 2006, and still today. Like, I don't have a copy of it anymore. And I wish I did. I really want to play it again, but fuck's sakes, that game is still like $45.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's still stupid expensive. I played it at Jordan's house because he still owns a copy.
It's a quality product. For
Yeah.
sure. All the first party stuff.
Mario Galaxy
holds up quite well.
Fucking great. Okay, just with that, we'll end on a high note. Mario Galaxy was great.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in Nintendo. We're gonna move on to my boys, Sony. So I mean, just to put it this way, about when the fuck was it? 2008 or 2009 is when I heel turned on Nintendo and bought a PS3. And for just cause, but there was no reason I would have done it now because let's just get into the meat and veg of the Sony press conference because I love the Sony press conference. So the first things first, the PS3, well, we all knew it existed already. It had been unveiled at E3 2005.
That was so cool.
Oh, we're gonna get to it. So they showed it off at E3 2005. First, like, they had like the console in a case you could look at, and it was the original, like the Gen 1 PS3, that fucking huge thing, right? Except it was chrome. It was chrome. It was chrome the fuck out. And then the thing that mattered was the original PS3 controller was that fucking boomerang
It's like
thing.
a banana.
It was that fucking boomerang
Was it
controller.
actually?
Yeah, it was like this weird. Yeah, it like
Yeah, look up a picture of it.
I'll find you a picture for it,
it's
but
super wonky.
God,
remember this.
Again, I was very young at this point in time, and I was a Nintendo fanboy, but as an objective gamer, I looked at that in 2005. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to hold it? So,
It was such a it was like that mid-2000s craze, like the post-Matrix kind of like culture surrounding like the overly futuristic, like cyberpunk.
Yeah, and like everything had to look super futuristic until people realized that ergonomics is way more important, which is like how things are designed now is for comfort.
And even aesthetically, like back then, like the PS3 when it released, like the actual version, it looks better. Like things like that hold up. Like it just looks silly. The model of it.
It's kind of funny, just in society, what aesthetics work and don't.
no.
No, that
That was a prototype.
Oh, okay, that's why I never saw one.
they actually sold those.
Justin just saw the picture there. Yeah, the original controller thing, which even back then the response to it was just what?
I see it again.
It looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I very much remember that.
It looks so silly. It looks like
It's ridiculous.
it literally looks like some kind of shitty like third-party controller.
How would you use that?
You're playing the games, your mom comes in and says, time to clean your room, and then you just fucking throw it across the room at her.
And it'll come back.
You hit her right in the fucking eye with the point on it, and it'd come right back to you, and you can keep playing fucking, what was the PS3 launch game?
Resistance.
Oh god, Resistance is shit. Okay, so anyways,
I can't wait to read the comments. Be like, oh wow, you showed all my favorite games. Fucking,
Resistance.
fucking scrub.
that implies
pleb shit.
anybody's gonna comment on this, but
I am.
yeah, so
Also, like, comment, subscribe, because I'm going to read all the comments.
Yeah. Go away.
hurt Clinton's feelings. So
Try.
obviously they bring out the PS3 and, oh, here it is again. And they show off like, okay, it's got a normal controller.
And everyone's like, oh, okay, good.
Ah, okay, good.
Which
So
was
the
still
DualShock. The
very similar to
DualShock 3, if I'm being honest, as an MLG PC mustard rice, I fucking love the DualShock 3. I really do. It's one of my I never played enough PS4 shit to really get into the DualShock 4, but I love the 3, man.
What's the difference between the DualShock 3 and like a PS2 controller?
Basically nothing.
Just the
It's wireless.
Wireless.
It's the big one. But yeah, that design of controller I really goddamn loved.
I played a lot of games on that.
Yeah, the DualShock 4, it widened it up. It was a little bit bigger. It widened it up a little bit, made it
That's
bigger.
the 6-axis, like the PS4.
The PS4 one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind it so much, but that's because I played Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons and a couple other games on it, and just kind of got used to it.
Yeah, I never did enough PS4 shit to really get used to it, but I do love the DualShock 3. And then this is where they also talk about, at this point in time, in 2006, the DualShock 3, not living up to its name, does not rumble.
I don't remember that it didn't rumble.
It originally didn't. The very first generation of... I don't even think they called them the DualShock 3 at that point. I think there was a different name for it, but they didn't rumble, but they had, thank God, they had the 6-axis control.
Thank Christ. So we
Oh, fuck. I'm so glad motion controls are dead.
I know,
now,
motion controls are totally dead.
And this wasn't even the most offensive thing to happen with motion controls.
I just I obviously have the same opinion of motion controls, is that it's not the direction that gaming ever should have tried to work towards.
Stupid.
It was kind of interesting for just to see what could happen.
Is a strong word.
But I did play one game that had 6-axis control. I think it was called Lair for the PS3,
Oh, yeah,
and it was the dragon game,
Yeah.
and it was actually pretty cool to fly the dragon.
By the way,
it worked.
That was the only game where anything about that worked.
And I've never seen it. I never even seen it integrated into another game that I
My
played.
experience with it, as a whole, was in GTA 4, you could flip the controller up to reload your guns. And this is actually it didn't really work that well. And this is probably the best use of it. Are you ready? Are you ready, you fucking weebs? In Metal Gear Solid 4, when you're talking to Rose on the codec, you can shake it to jiggle her boobs. Thank you, Japan.
Is she your waifu, Justin?
Nah, she's Ryan's waifu. I'm not fucking with that, dude.
We could have, let's get another episode of Metal Gear Solid.
Oh my God.
I've got some.
It's gotta happen. So yeah, I mean that came out of it, but then where the press conference went from there, is, I mean, I have it written down here. It was just kind of a mess. At the time, there's a lot of great, we didn't call them memes yet, but a lot of great memes came out of it. Mostly the one I have written down just on the sheet here, and I'll read it for you guys so you understand the inflection is supposed to be set at. Ridge Racer. So they're showing off Ridge Racer, which was, I don't even remember if it actually wound up being a launch game, but it was being targeted as a launch game for the PS3. There was whatever fucking Japanese guy it was who was out there presenting it. And every time he said the title of the game, Ridge Racer, that's the fucking way he would say it every time.
That's
I don't remember
that came into it, and then whatever other, later on in the press conference, there was another game they were showing off. I think it was Shogun 2 or Shogun something.
Yeah.
Some Japanese feudal fucking fighting game. And there was a white guy who was presenting it, because of course. And then just him deadpanning, just talking about how fucking ludicrous and stupid this game was. And the big quote that came out of that was, giant enemy crab. just completely deadpan.
My dream! I mean, I'm not a weeb.
There's that. It was a really weird, kind of all over the place press conference. But then when they get to the end, and they sort of kind of ended up this, and I wrote this down all in capitals because I remember this very distinctly. So, oh man, we got y'all all hyped up about the PS3 is going to be the most powerful out of all the next generation systems. The controller's not a boomerang. It looks dope as fuck. It's going to be $600 American at launch.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was $600 fucking dollars.
Yeah. And
people are getting shot at the PS3 release and stuff like that, I remember.
So I went and I pulled some quick numbers for you guys just to get across how ludicrous this was.
Just so you know, he's a business major.
I am. So at this exact point in time, well, actually, no, as of the launch date, which was November 17th, 2006, which I remember because the Wii launched on November 19th, 2006. Within 3 fucking days. So it came with $600 at launch. Now, we are a Canadian bunch of dummies. So I went and looked up what that was in Canadian dollars at the time. I ran the exchange rate as of November 2006. It was $681 Canadian. This is pre the economic downturn. So, which leads into the next number. I looked this up. As of us recording this, adjusted for inflation, Canadian dollars, 2016, it would have been $802.
That's just insanity.
Now,
Just before we move away from the PS3, I remember the coolest thing that I thought, and like I said earlier in this episode, was that I didn't play Final Fantasy VII. But when they wanted to showcase the hardware that the PS3 was going to run on, and they made that like super 3D high def Final Fantasy VII opening cutscene, my jaw hit the floor. That is still one of the coolest I've ever seen. And then there was no Final Fantasy VII remake.
Oh yeah, this was before conference kayfabe was broken for me. Where now it's like anytime you see any of that, that's all running on a PC and it's all pre-rendered. So it'll never look anything like that. Remember Watch Dogs, kids? Of course you don't.
Watch_dogs.
So anyways, actually one of the big reasons, and it kind of makes actually sense in hindsight, one of the big reasons why the PS3 was so fucking ludicrously expensive at launch was because it came with a Blu-ray player built into it already, like stock. Like you couldn't not get it with a Blu-ray player. Yeah. And this is 2006. This is a big deal. Like this is... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to cut and segue this and ahead of time. So, kids, in case you don't know, in 2006, HD just becoming a thing. And there was a bit of a kerfuffle over what was going to become the default medium for HD stuff. Now, if you're listening to this and you don't remember 2006, spoilers, Blu-ray won. Blu-ray won. But there was another medium that was going to kind of compete against it. It was just called HD DVD. Did not have nearly the same amount of ring to it. So...
Did Xbox have...
Oh yeah, we're getting to that. So that also happened in the Xbox, the Microsoft press conference, but I didn't want to talk about it until I got to the Blu-ray stuff. So it was also announced that they were coming out, because 360 is already out, they're coming out with an HD DVD player for 360. Like it was external, you would plug it in, you could play all your HD DVDs, all 6 movies that came out on HD DVD. And I think too at the time it was like $200 for that
just the peripheral.
Just for that peripheral, right? So that was the thing. It's like there was like the miniest of console wars, like Blu-ray versus HD DVD, Microsoft versus Sony. Yeah. It's fucking on. And wow, that was over really fucking quick, wasn't it?
We'll let you listeners be the judge of who won that.
If I'm being honest, do you know why Blu-ray won?
I don't.
I actually don't know. I never bought either.
Here's kind of the short answer for it. Porn.
No.
Whatever. And this is the same case for why the Laserdisc failed.
I was gonna say
and whatnot is whatever medium the porn industry goes with fucking wins. And they went Blu-ray.
What I was just going to say was the HD DVD reminds me of the life of the Laserdisc, which for anybody listening under the age of like basically anything.
What's the Laserdisc?
The Laserdisc was like just this crappy disc that was shot with a laser like any other modern disc is in every form of disc, but it was just called the Laserdisc.
Yeah.
And it was kind of inferior in basically every way.
Also hella overpriced too.
Yeah, they were expensive to run.
Dude, George Lucas had a fucking boner for those things.
Yeah, true.
Thanks, George Lucas.
But wasn't there like a very specific like for writing on it? It wasn't like a super hot laser that like carved into the material. I don't remember. I could be talking nonsense here, but I seem to remember that it was some crazy stupid process for writing to the disc.
Yeah, spoilers, they failed.
Yeah.
So actually, looking back on it, it was actually a really fucking smart move to put that Blu-ray player in the PS3. Because at the time, this is all very new, so a regular Blu-ray player, if you went out and just bought a normal Blu-ray player, it does fuck all else. Those were like $900. Or you could spend $300 less and also get a PS3, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed really, it seemed very expensive in comparison to the fact that at the time, the 360 was, I want to say, like $350. So the Wii launched at under $300, I think.
Oh yeah,
around
was
there.
Like super. So,
around there, so it was almost twice as expensive as a 360, but at the same time, it was the Blu-ray player built in. It was great.
Just for before we kind of move on for the PS3, I looked up how much a PS3 goes for, I guess, on Amazon now.
These days, it's not much, man.
Yeah, it's like $250. You can get like a minimal capacity PS3. So.
Well, that's also the PS3 like Slim, the second generation.
Is it? Okay, yeah.
I bet you right now I could go on Kijiji I could find a Gen 1 PS3 for less than $30. I fucking betcha I could.
With the fucking like Spider-Man 2 font.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And like this is the generation that kind of started the whole because gamers were now coming into adulthood a little bit because this is kind of the generation of change, and now people buy gaming consoles sometimes just for Netflix, and like the home theater full like console experience is now a thing, and that basically started because of the HD DVD and Blu-ray competition and how much people wanted them for movies and games.
That's why I bought my PS4.
So, just to breeze through kind of the rest of this. So, the other important games that showed up throughout the show that we saw for the first time, Mass Effect was announced. The original Mass Effect announcement.
Mass Effect. This was a big E3. Holy shit.
Now let's just put a pin in this. The original Mass Effect announcement, it looked pretty shit actually.
I never
Because actually, this is at a time when, if you remember, like around 2006, everything is every protagonist in any game that involved a gun in any way, shape, or form was a large, gruff, bald man. And the original trailers for Mass Effect, Shepard was a large, gruff, bald man. And everyone came and
was this different from, because I know, think of like the stock male Shepard.
Oh no, it was fucking Michael Chiklis looking motherfucker. Yeah, so credit to BioWare for listening, because everyone's like, fucking, what's this? This is every game character ever. It's like, what? It's like if you boot up like NHL 2015 or whatever, and you go like create a player, and you just don't change anything, you just use the stock player. It's exactly what
default.
Exactly what it looked like, right? So that was changed later, but this was just the first appearance of Mass Effect. You also got the first appearance of Final Fantasy 13. See you in 4 years.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another fucking day. And we also got Crisis. Crisis showed up for the first time.
I remember Crisis. I remember basically everything that showed up in this E3.
What was Crisis?
So Crisis was a PC game at the time. It later came to consoles, but at the time when it came out, it was kind of the most ludicrously like you needed a fucking jet engine hooked up to your PC to run it, and that became a big thing for PC marketing. I guess I know Alienware was doing it at the time. It was like, oh, but can it run Crisis?
I remember that. Yeah.
And for what it's worth, like I have it on my MLG machine 10 years later. And that game's still fucking gorgeous. It still looks better than a lot of stuff that's coming out now.
Graphics aside, Crisis, I think.
Oh, it's a very goddamn fun game.
Like the whole sandbox jungle kind of first-person shooter thing. I think we need that's.
It was very. I mean, again, I want to talk about Crisis more on a kind of a later date, but one of the things I love that no fucking game does this anymore is, so you're fighting North Koreans in the game. If you play the game on fucking hard mode, they actually talk Korean and there's no subtitles.
Yeah.
That would make it pretty hard.
Yeah, because normally it's just like you get the standard Metal Gear Solid, like, oh, I heard some footsteps over there, right? Oh, what was that noise? But if you play on hard mode, it's just like, oh, I don't want to do just Asian speak because that's not a good idea. But yeah, it was that. It's amazing game in hindsight. Yeah.
Crisis 1. Yeah, the other one.
And the other thing that came out of it, this is the kind of the last one I wrote down, was at this point in time, Atari was fucked, and they cut the prices of all their games to $20.
I didn't know Atari still.
Okay, at this point in time, well, Atari's still technically around, but this is before Atari got bought out by anybody. They're still running as like Atari, and they are failing very goddamn fast at this point in time. So this is what they did, is like, all of our games are $20. Any game, any platform, they're all $20 now. We need money.
And then Atari. I wish Atari hadn't crashed, because they had like some smart people on their ship that kind of like dispersed into.
They're still around technically making stuff, but they're not owned anymore, because they would go on. I don't remember if it was later this year or if it was in 2007. They got bought out by Infogrames, which is like, you never heard of that company. So state of how Atari was doing at the time, it got fucking bought out by them. And I mean, yeah, that's kind of the gist of what I got written down there. So
another thing, just from 2006, not specifically E3. But anybody remember Sonic 06?
Oh my god! Don't spoil that. That's a whole thing. So that's what I have down for E3 2006. So 10 years later, where E3 is fairly irrelevant and doesn't matter anymore, everyone should go to PAX instead. Will we see anything of this caliber in 2016?
No.
I really doubt it. But I mean, who knows?
Who knows? We can hope.
I can dream.
Is there anything like where even like like looking for right now? Like I don't even know.
No.
Not really. Zelda Wii U. That's about it.
If they call it Zelda Wii U, I am going to be so
they won't.
peeved.
They'll have
Although,
it
actually, to be fair, they called the new Smash Bros. Just Smash Bros.
It's Smash Bros for 3DS and Wii U. Yeah.
That's fucking dumb. For the record, that's stupid.
Yeah, they should like Melee Brawl. They couldn't do Battle Royale because of the PlayStation trademark Battle Royale, which I think was probably one of their large contenders.
Dude, just call it fucking Smash Bros. Punch.
Yeah, just well, that was real.
Wow, that did. We for sure didn't fuck up recording there. Oh wow. Anyways,
this is not me fixing it in post.
Anyways. So that's about all the time we have for this, the inaugural episode of Skip to the Show. So we're gonna go with a little round of plugs. So obviously, please go to skiptothescore.com, the official website of my clinical depression. Please go validate what I do. Once again, I'm Jhustin Robb. I run Skip the Score. I run the Twitter handle. Follow Skip the Score on Twitter at Skip the Score. You can follow me at Jhustin Robb.
I'm Justin Chigowski, and you can follow me nowhere.
I'm Peter Luft, and you can be a reference on my resume.
I'm Clinton Baverstock. Follow me on Twitter at ClintBav12. If you don't private message me, I probably won't get back to you, but if you do, I will. Also, leave some comments so that I can go and read them, because I have nothing better to do with my life, right?
That's all we got. See you later,
Bye.
fuckers!